I think we have 1 minute until we get ready to start. And we could do it one or two ways. If you want to have a strap, you can have your strap nearby. And then also, if you want, you can have another chair. And I believe that this is for 30 minutes, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. And just let me know, it is now 10:30, so I don't know if you all want to start now or if you wanted to wait to see if other people showed up, or what would you all like to do?
You can go ahead and start, Tiffany.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome. My name is Tiffany, and I am teaching chair yoga to you all today. And again, if you can't hear or see, just let me know at any time. And feel free to mute yourself if you want to. So you'll go ahead and find a comfortable spot in your chair. Just kind of allow your body to relax. And as you allow your body to relax, just kind of melt into the chair and be completely supported. So as you're breathing into this space, just kind of inhale and exhale. Just following that breath as you inhale and exhale, just kind of scan the body to see if there's any place that you possibly can soften into. And notice as the breath feels a little bit cool on the inhalation and a little bit warmer on the exhalation. And then notice how whatever you're sitting on, how it connects to the body. And notice how the body connects to the mind, which connects to the essence of who you are. And as you're breathing into this space, take a moment to soften the skin on the face by allowing the space between the eyebrows to soften, allowing the jaw to become slack as the tongue floats away from the roof of the mouth. Maybe your shoulders melt down your back as your chest softens. Maybe your pelvic area releases, floating the thighs just a little bit closer into the chair with your fingers and your toes. And as you're connecting to the breath, which is communicating with the body and the essence of who you are, allow the chin to drop towards the chest as you exhale. And then inhale, lifting the head up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, again, allowing the chin to drop towards the chest. And then inhale, lifting the head to where the wall and the ceiling meets. And then exhale, again, dropping the chin to the chest. And then as you inhale, lifting the head up, peel the back away from the chair that you're resting on. And then allowing the chin to drop towards the chest one more time as you exhale. And then gently allow the right ear to fall towards the right shoulder. And walking the left hand out to the left side of the body to feel that side stretch. And again, rooting the tailbone into the chair as you lengthen the spine. And allow the head to become just a little bit heavier on the right side as you allow the right shoulder to slide away from the ear. And then pulling the left shoulder back and down. And then gently allowing the palms to start to rotate towards the ceiling. Again, softening in the hips just a little bit. One more breath on this side. And then whenever you're ready, gently bring your left hand back into the body, dropping the chin to the chest. And then allowing the left ear to come to the left shoulder. Again, lengthening the spine. And then walking the right hand out to the right side of the body. Again, you will pull the right shoulder back and down, allowing the fingers and the palms to rotate towards the ceiling. And again, soften the left shoulder, allow the head to become just a little bit heavier, maybe soften through the tailbone just a little bit, allowing that shoulder and that side body that you're going to feel on the left side or the right side of the neck as you're breathing into this space. One more breath here. And then whenever you're ready, gently bring your right hand back in, drop your chin to your chest, and then inhale, lifting your head up to neutral. Bringing the hands out to the side body. Inhale, lift the hands up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, twist towards your right, allowing your left hand to fall outside of your right knee. Right hand falls to the side body. And again, if you want, you can always rest it behind the chair. The choice is yours. Again, pulling the left shoulder down and away from the body. So think about as you lengthen the spine, you inhale. And as you exhale, you twist just a little bit deeper to the right side of body. Maybe you take your gaze to the right side. Again, one more time, lengthening the spine and then gently twisting towards the right, pulling the left shoulder, softening the left knee. One more breath here. And then whenever you're ready, inhale, lifting back to the center, lifting the hands up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, twist towards the left, right hand falls outside of the left knee. Left hand can either fall directly to the side body or behind your chair. Again, think about lengthening the spine as you inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to twist just a little bit deeper. Again, sliding the left shoulder away from, or the right shoulder away from the ear. And again, one more time, lengthening through the spine. Exhale just a little bit deeper, taking your gaze towards the left, sliding that left hip down into the chair. If you notice that it starts to rise. One more breath here. And then gently unwind, lifting the hands up towards the center, and then exhale, floating your hands down towards your knees. And lifting the chest forward. So as you inhale, you lift up. And then as you exhale, round the spine, tucking the chin to the chest, feeling the shoulder blades fall away from each other. And then inhale, lifting the chest, sliding the shoulder blades down the back. And then exhale, gently rounding. One more time as you inhale, lift up. And then exhale, round the spine into your cat. And then as you lift the body back up to neutral, sliding the shoulder blades down the back, gently take the gaze over to the left side of the body. And then inhale back to the center, over to the right. And then gently come back to the center. And then allow your hands to float away. So earlier we're previously lifted. Come back to neutral where your spine is straight, shoulder blades is down your back. You can take your right foot, you can either cross it over the ankle so your ankles are crossed, or if you like, you could take your right ankle and place it on your left knee. So whether your foot's high at the knee or low at the ankle, maybe you try out both and see how that feels. And then whenever you're ready, you're going to take your right hand and place it on the right thigh and gently give it a little bit so you feel that external rotation on your hip as you're applying just a little bit of pressure to that right hip. Again, whether your leg's high or low, just soften the shoulders, soften the jaw, allow the tongue to float away from the roof of the mouth. One more breath here. And then whenever you're ready, slowly start to hinge forward, sliding the shoulder blades down the back as you lean forward. Spine's not rounding, so make sure that you're staying upright, chin is up, and then lean forward just a little bit more. As you're breathing into this space, again, slide the shoulder blades down the back. And whenever you're ready, whether your foot's high or low, allow the spine to gently begin to round as the crown of your head either floats towards the leg or the knee, depending on where you have it at, feeling that back body open. And then whenever you're ready, gently roll up one vertebrae at a time. And as you roll up one vertebrae at a time, slide the shoulder blades down the back, allowing the head to be the last thing to lift. And then slowly start to hinge forward. And if you want, you can always slide your leg down if you want to see how that feels, whether it be up on the knee or at the ankle. Again, it's your practice. Hinging forward, maybe you go just a little bit deeper than you did the last time, sliding the shoulder blades down the back. And then whenever you're ready, allow the spine to round as the crown floats towards the floor, just kind of feeling that back body round as you gently roll up. Last time. Again, sliding the shoulder blades down the back, slowly start to hinge forward. And as you hinge forward, whenever your body starts to speak to you, allow the spine to round. And again, the forehead can be, or the chin, or however your body can completely rest on the left or on the right shin. And then gently roll up, or it can rest on the knees as you're in a forward fold. And then pausing here. And then whenever you're ready, slowly start to slide the right leg over the left knee. So whether it's legs crossed high or low, it doesn't matter. And then whenever you're ready, gently take your left hand to your right knee and then twist towards the right side of the body. Breathing into that space. One more breath here. If you want, you can always extend the right hand out behind you. So you can either keep the hand extended behind, or you can keep it resting on the thigh. One more breath here. And then gently exhale as you release. And then we'll go to the inside. So if you want, you can twist towards the left. And then again, you can bring your hand to your left hip, or you can extend the left hand behind the body as you're in this twist. And again, your feet can be crossed at the ankles or at the knee. It doesn't matter. One more breath here. And then gently unwind. And then removing the right leg from the left knee or uncrossing the ankles. And then gently rocking your legs from side to side. One more breath here. And then whenever you're ready, find some stillness. I'm going to switch to the other side. So you're going to take your right or your left foot, cross it over your right ankle. So again, you can either be crossed low at the ankles, and I can move my camera if you guys need to see it better because it's just crossed at the ankles, or you can have it at the knee. So whether you choose to be at the ankles or at the knee, again, you can either keep your leg high or low. I would recommend trying them both out, see what feels good to your hip, and then go from there. And whenever you're ready, you're going to take your left hand and press it on the left thigh, and notice how that external rotation, and you don't have to press hard, it's just to feel a little bit opening of the hips, sliding the shoulder blades down the back. One more breath here. And if you want to mix it up, like if you went high on one side and would like to go low on the other, feel free to, because sometimes we have a side that we have a tendency to favor. Whenever you're ready, lengthen the spine and then slowly start to hinge forward as you're keeping your head up. You're feeling the ligaments in the back, feel that strain, they're not stretching. Again, soften. If you notice, we just start to automatically tighten. And then whenever you're ready, allow the spine to round as you float the body. And on the first round, it may not go as low, and don't force it. And then gently roll up one vertebrae at a time, allowing your head to be the last thing to lift. Sliding the shoulder blades down the back. Whenever you're ready, lengthen the spine. And then slowly start to hinge forward again, keeping your chin up for the first part of it. Whenever you're ready, allow the back to round. Again, maybe you're floating down just a little bit more, feeling that back body, and then gently rolling up. Last one, as you slowly start to hinge forward. Again, keeping the chin up, and then whenever, allow the back to round, shoulder blades, crown of the head floats down. Maybe, again, your chin or your forehead rest on that chin, and then gently rolling back. And then crossing at the ankle or the knee. So you can stay here or you can cross at the knees, whichever one you want. Just breathing into that space. And then whenever you're ready, you will take your right hand to your left knee, so whether it's here, here. And then you can place your left hand on the left thigh and twist towards the left. If you want, you can send the hand to the back of the room as you're breathing into this twist. One more breath. And then gently unwinding, taking your gaze over to the right side of the body. And your left hand is either on your left knee. If you want, you can take it to the outside of your left leg, keeping your right hand on your right thigh, or you can send the right hand to the back of the room as you come into this gentle twist on the other side. One more breath here. And then gently unwind. And as you unwind, coming back to center, and then floating the left leg back down to the ground. And then scoot forward just a little bit. I still want all your backside in the chair and your thigh in the chair, and then gently rock the legs from side to side. So you're windshield wipering the legs. And then finding some stillness. Going to drop the upper body over to the right side. And then when you're ready, lean over to the left, rounding the back like a cat, and then kind of grazing the back of the chair or not, and then coming forward. So you're doing a circular motion with your body, feeling that back body, and then it's like a seated cat cow is your barrel roll. As you're rounding, just allowing the body to soften into those spaces. If there's a spot that speaks to you, maybe pause and just kind of rock back and forth into that space. Last round. Next time you're in the front, pause and reverse the direction. So gently stop and go the other. Allowing the body, and again, if you can pull the chest forward, and you can go as shallow or as low as you like. So if you just want to do shallow movements, again, this is your practice. Respect and honor your body. Anything that I offer you is a suggestion. If you know you have certain injuries or that do not allow your body, then respect and honor that space. Last round here. And then gently finding some stillness. And as you find some stillness, sliding the shoulders down the back. Then we're going to turn towards the right. So as you allow your, and I know I pointed that way, but in my mind, I'm doing it backwards. So as you turn towards the right, and so all of your right leg is on the chair. Your left leg is hanging off just a little bit, so you're seated at an angle. And then bring your arms out to a T. So your body is facing your right leg. And so as you're out to a T, inhale, lift your hands up towards the ceiling. And as you lift your hands up towards the ceiling, slide the shoulder blades down the back. As you exhale, your right hand's going to go forward, left hand's going to go back into your warrior two. And then palm faces ceiling on right hand, reverse. So just lean back. And it's more or less with the body, so you're not leaning back with that, but you're opening the chest. One more breath here. And then as you exhale, drop the right elbow to the right knee, lifting the left arm up and over, feeling that side body. And see if you can rotate your chest up just a little bit, breathing into that space. One more breath here. And then inhale, lifting back up to your warrior two. Windmilling that back hand down and around as you lift up into high lunge, bringing your hands up towards the ceiling. Again, slide your shoulder blades down your back. And then as you lower your elbows down into cactus, pull your elbows back. And then extend your hands back up towards the ceiling. One more round, opening up to your warrior two. So your right hand goes forward, left hand goes back. Again, palm face the ceiling on left hand, right hand reverse your warrior. As you exhale, dropping your right elbow to your right knee, left arm comes up and over. Feeling that side body stretch again, rotating the chest up, and then inhaling back up to your warrior two. And then windmilling that back hand down and around, and then pulling the elbows back to cactus. And then floating the hands down to the body and then switching over to the left side. So as you come to the left, again, all of the left legs on the chair, the right leg is hanging off just a little bit. Again, your body's facing the right leg, hands are out to a T. Inhale, lift the hands up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, the left hand's gonna go forward, right hand's gonna go back. So you're in warrior two on the other side. Again, slide the shoulder blades down the back. And then the palm faces the ceiling on the left hand, reverse your warrior. And as you exhale, drop the left elbow towards the left knee. Right arm comes up and over, feeling that side body stretch. Again, rotating the chest up, reaching through. And then inhale, opening back to your warrior two. Windmilling that back hand down and around as you inhale, lifting the hands up to high lunge, and then opening to cactus. Inhale, lifting the hands up to high lunge. Again, hands open up to your warrior two, so your left hand's forward, right hand's back. Left palm faces the ceiling, reverse your warrior. Reaching the hand up and over. And as you exhale, drop the left elbow to the left knee. Right arm comes up and over through that side body, feeling that stretch. One more breath here. And then inhale back up to your warrior two. Windmill that back hand down and around, lifting the hands up to high lunge. And then exhaling the arms down into cactus. And then allowing the hands to float down. And as you allow the hands to float down in front of you, find your strap. And as you find your strap, just going to take the buckle and place the buckle in the hand so that way it doesn't hit you in the face. And you can use a like a belt. You can use a bathrobe, the strap for you if you don't have a strap. So you're going to place the buckle in the hand, slide the hand open. So slide the hands in front of you and kind of have some tautness. Slide the shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, lift the hands up towards the ceiling. So as you lift the hands and then slide the shoulder blades down the back. So a lot of times they're always pulled up, so slide them down the back. And as you exhale, you're going to drop over to the right side of the body, feeling the rib span open on the left. And then inhale back up to the center and then over to the other side. And then inhale back to the center. Again, you can either go behind, so you can either do cactus hands behind the head. If that's too much on your arms, bring cactus in front of your face. So regardless of which direction you've chosen to go, and just feel that back body stretch. And then whenever you're ready, straighten the right arm, bend the left. So you're gonna feel that stretch. And then whenever you're ready, slowly start to aim the arms down towards the right side of the body. And then inhale, lift up. Floss over to the other side. Again, this could be in front of you, it doesn't matter. And then whenever you're ready, slowly start to lean the hand down towards the left side. And then inhale back up. It's just not as intense. And then come back to the center. So whether your hands are in front, we're all going to lift back up to neutral. And then gently float the hands down in front of us, feeling the shoulder blades fall away as you bring the strap all the way down in front. Feeling the shoulders release. And then taking the strap and setting it over to the side. All right, and the last thing, I don't know if she had you all get a second chair or not, but if you do have a second chair, you can always bring the chair in. So as you bring the chair in, and again, if you don't feel safe putting your foot up on a chair, then leave it on the floor. It all works the same. So if you feel safe, you're gonna slide your backside back into the chair. So that way you have a good firm foundation. And then whenever you're ready, place the right foot up on the chair. Flex the toes towards the ceiling as you put the foot on the chair. Bring the hands out to the side body. So its essence is like bringing the floor up to you. So whenever you're ready, hands out to the side body. Inhale, lift the hands up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, hinge forward, but allow the hands to float down to the leg. And again, if your foot's down here, it still works the same, so you can still float it down. And then whenever you're ready, slowly start to melt down. So you can either slide down the leg, or if your foot is up on the chair, you can gently melt down, allow your hands to fall anywhere, whether it be from the thigh all the way down to the toes. You pick whichever one feels good to your body to feel that stretch. And then soften as you allow this body to round, breathing into the space. And again, if you don't have a chair, you can still allow yourself to just kind of forward fold over that foot. One more breath here. And then gently roll up. Nice. And then go to the other side. So you're going to float your right leg down to the ground, bring your left leg up. Again, hands out to the side body as you inhale, lift the hands up towards the ceiling. Again, sliding the shoulder blades down the back. And as you exhale, float the hands down to the thigh, the knee, wherever works for you. Lengthen the spine. And then as you exhale, forward fold. Again, the hands can fall outside of the foot. It can fall to the thigh. So anywhere in between the spectrum, whatever feels good to you, feeling that back of the hamstring open up as you breathe into this space. One more breath here. And then whenever you're ready, gently roll up. And as you roll up, allow your body to completely release. If you want to leave your right leg up or left leg up there and then float the other leg up there and then just kind of allow the body to soften into the space. If not, you can float both feet down. And as you, whichever position you choose to do for the body for the last few minutes of our Shavasana, if there's any movement that you need to take, go ahead and take that movement. And then soften the breath. So think about as you inhale and then as you exhale. Inhale and then exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. Then allowing yourself to be just breathing into this space. Allowing yourself to let go. And I'm going to read something to you. And as I'm reading this, just think about the space that you created for your body, your mind, allowing everything to float into the background. And maybe you take a moment to think about let the sun shine. As you get your day off to a positive start, start with a glorious sunlight visualization. Sunlight is a natural way to indicate a calm state of mind because it boosts levels of feel-good hormone serotonin into the body. Paradoxically, when we are exposed to at least 2 hours of morning sunlight, we tend to sleep better at night, which also helps to regulate our mood. So think about as you awake in the morning, whenever or right now, if you're lying perfectly still for a moment, breathe in and pay close attention to how it feels to hold all that air in. And as you slowly exhale, imagine breathing all that brilliant gold light. And if your eyes are open, maybe lower your gaze or close your eyes. And as you continue to breathe, visualize the golden light growing and growing until it envelops your whole body and then spreads outward to fill the room. So just breathing into that space as you inhale and as you exhale. Enjoy the sensation of being bathed in warm light, allowing yourself to feel vibrant and rested. And as you listen to the surroundings in your environment, maybe you hear the rain outside. Just breathing into that sunlight, feeling the rays, feeling it grow, visualize the golden falling over your body, embracing that space. And whenever you're ready, gently open your eyes. And after we finish, you can get up slowly, vowing to bring as much light into your day as you possibly can. And I just truly want to say thank you so much for showing up. And how do you pronounce your last name? I don't want to butcher it.
Hey,
Is it
namaste. Rub now.
Rub Now? And Miss Rub Now, I thank you for showing up today. Continue to take care of yourself so you can handle others with the same kindness.